Hey everybody, Derek Christensen here. I'm the owner of Legion Law, an estate planning and probate firm in Dallas, Texas. Today I wanted to talk to you about what happens if I try to give everything I own to my mistress instead of my wife. My wife loves these kind of videos. But before I dive into that, I want to let you know how to reach out to me. You can find me at my email, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me at my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. So, with that, let's find out how much I'm in the doghouse after this video. That being said, it actually happens, of course. For the record, I do not have a mistress, but plenty of people do. And I'm not passing any judgment, but sometimes people treat those mistresses better than their own wives when it comes to their estate plan. As you know, you are welcome to do whatever you want with your property. You can spend it all, you can gift it all away, you can do anything in between. And when it comes to your estate plan, you can dispose of it however you want. More specifically, you're allowed to give it to whomever you want, including mistresses, the King of England, some random guy down the street. It doesn't matter. You can do what you want with your property. You have no obligation to give your spouse everything that you own after you pass away. Most people do, though, because they love their spouses. But in this particular circumstance, there's competition, and turns out that the mistress won out, and she is going to receive the assets. So what happens if I write in my will, everything goes to mistress instead of my wife? Well, my wife has two options. She can either let that happen, or she can elect, well, it's not even elective share. She can just simply take half of everything and still claim her exempt property under the Constitution of Texas. So what does that mean? So my wife can say, yep, I'm going to let that other woman take everything and that's fine with me. Oh well, which isn't going to happen. Or she can say, I'm going to take half of everything and also the spouse rights I have under the Constitution. That being said, half of everything means half of all community property. As you already know, well, as you may not know actually, there's separate and community property in Texas. All property is one of these two. If you had the property before your marriage, or if you received it as a gift or as an inheritance from someone, then that's your separate property. It's yours exclusively, not your spouse's. If it's anything else, if it's acquired during the marriage at all, with any kind of funds, I don't care if I make all the money and she spends, or she makes all the money and I spend, all of that is community property. So community property, all the property acquired during our marriage, is half and half. She can take her half, I'll take my half. My half is going to go to my mistress in this circumstance, but her half is going to go to her. She's allowed to take it and prevent me from giving away 100% of everything we own to the mistress and impoverishing my wife. So I cannot impoverish my wife because she is entitled to take half of everything that we've acquired during our marriage to herself, as long as we don't have a premarital agreement or a postmarital agreement. That being said, in addition to taking half, she is entitled under the Texas Constitution to have spousal rights to live in her homestead. It's called the Homestead Act. And in this circumstance, she is allowed to live inside the house, even if half the house is owned by the mistress, or if she takes half of the value of our estate and excludes our house, but then takes stocks or something else like that. Even if the house is fully owned by someone else, she has every right, my wife has every right to live inside that house for the rest of her life or until she moves. So she is entitled to live in the house. She's entitled to half of our stuff. And I'm sure she's going to curse my name every single day of the week until she's passed away in that circumstance. But she is okay. And the reason why that's the case and why Texas passed this kind of a law is to obviously prevent wives from being impoverished if their husbands run off and do stupid things. And because Texas doesn't like to help people out when it comes to charity and public services, so oftentimes the laws are written so that wives can support themselves if their husbands do dumb things. So more power to Texas, I guess. Pros and cons to that strategy, but at the end of the day, in this circumstance, there is no way on earth, unless my wife was willing to give up everything she ever got to a different woman, unless she was willing to do that, she will be okay. She will be able to have at least half of her property plus live inside the homestead, regardless of whatever I end up doing on my end. So she's fine. I will have bigger problems to take care of on that front, but at the end of the day, that's what would happen in this scenario. So don't sweat it too bad. Don't be too scared if you think your spouse has an affair and they have a mistress/lover somewhere, but you'll be okay, at least on the estate planning side. So if you're worried about that or anything else, feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to answer questions. You can email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me on my website, where you can go to our Contact Us page and schedule a free over-the-phone consultation directly onto my calendar at www.legionlawpllc.com. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.